Thank you, Mr. President. This is probably the most important bill of the session, maybe the most important bill of the decade, maybe the most important bill of our election process, because this is a radical change to election process. And I'd like to say we're moving forward, but I don't see it at all. What I see is a dismantling of our system of fair and free elections. And why do I say that? Well, we spent a long time in second reading explaining how easy it is to cheat. Is that what elections are all about? Is that what we've come down to? Is let's figure out how we can cheat more efficiently. Elections should be available to everyone who is a legitimate voting citizen once. We should have a process that would ensure that every citizen has every opportunity to vote once. So, under the guise of enfranchising everyone, this bill allows same-day registration with virtually no identification. No, I'm going to say with no identification, because a utility bill is a joke. It's a cruel joke, because it's so easy to just come up with one, to take somebody else's and scan it in, put in your own name, put in somebody else's name, put in any name, put in a fake address. Walk into a vote center the day of the election, declare yourself to be some fictitious name with some fictitious Social Security final 4 digits, and then produce this document and say, see, this proves who I am. No, it doesn't. People have shook their heads in disbelief over that part of the process. But at least when you registered, you had to provide more evidence, and you had to do it well in advance so that it could be checked out. You couldn't go in and game the system again and again and again, as you can under this bill. I tried to get the body to put in place the proper title for it, Same-Day Voter Fraud Act. Pretty much captures it. Same-Day Voter Fraud Act. But that's where we're at. And here's what we can do with this. We can destroy the election process in the state of Colorado. We can destroy the confidence in the election process. We can destroy the outcome of the elections in the election process. What about the, okay, and I'm talking about the person who's willing to perjure themselves, because we know that exists. We have a whole shelf full of books called laws that know that exists, and that's why the laws are there. It's not to hold the honest citizen to what is right and just. It's to hold the dishonest crook to that line of justice. But what we have with this bill allows fraud. Now let's stretch this out a few election cycles, and let's just say that we have a few very questionable issues that come up and are obviously skewed because of the absurd games 1303 puts in place. Let's just say that's possible. What would you, as a citizen, In the state of Colorado, think of your election process at that point in time. Would you have confidence in it? Would you believe that that was a system that you could devote time and energy to and recognize that you would get a valid outcome that would determine the will of the people? No. The honest citizen will give up and say, ridiculous. We're not going to do that anymore. What we are going to do is ignore it because it's a joke. Here's what that's called. Anything but a Republican form of government, not big R, little r, as is prescribed in the United States Constitution. A government made up of representatives who are validly chosen by the citizens. 1303 is anything but fair and free elections. This could be the election to end all elections, because you can turn it into a fraudulent act.
Senator Lundberg, 30 seconds.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I'll use those 30 seconds to simply remind everyone that this is, in fact, the same-day voter fraud act.